So we have now seen it all. We have seen everything that's coming in season 3 for multiplayer and zombies. We have seen what's going down with Verdansk. We have seen the updates that they have to put forward. The only thing that we haven't seen is the patch notes. And I think the patch notes are going to be absolutely massive. And that's going to be a very, very long video that will go live on this channel. But here's the thing. Is this season good? Is it the best update that we've seen? Is it the worst update? And we're not going to fully know that answer till the launch. But what we can do is take a look back through history, take a look at some of the biggest seasons ever within Call of Duty, and compare this one to it. Because I think when we do that, we can get a pretty telling idea of what we're looking at here. So just to be clear, here is what the Black Ops, or we'll just call it the multiplayer zombies side of things, is looking like. You got the 3 maps here, bunch of modes, 2 modes at launch, then joint operations within the season. But that's not at mid-season. Just keep that in mind. I think that's 420. You have your perks, your kill streaks, zombies, and then this is the all around in both modes. Then you have your Warzone. You have an entire blog post just for Warzone. So as a whole, 2 roadmaps. We've never received 2 roadmaps before. I mean, maybe with Warzone 2.0, but we all know how that went. So this update here, this Warzone one, I don't think we can fully say is great, perfect, perfection until we played it. Because we've seen hype for Warzone before it come out and it absolutely flopped. But let's go back and look through the seasons and decide what were some of the best seasons in other Call of Duty games, and then come back and look at these. So going all the way back to Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019, or technically this was in 2020, we have season 2. Now, I get it. You're looking at this. It doesn't seem like this was very big. Now, this season ran from February 11th to April 8th, so about 2 months long, and it included 2 multiplayer maps at launch and 1 ground war map, 2 gunfight maps, which included Rust, which was also a 6v6 map. We had the new operator of Ghost, which they added way more story to the operators back then. 2 new weapons, gunfight tournaments for the first time, which is one of my favorite things of all time. And then in season, 2 more operators, more game modes, more things like that. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. This seems like a really small season, but season 2 in the beginning of March 10th specifically, is when Warzone was introduced. So they implemented this entire new free-to-play game mode with everything, all of the integrations, all of the leveling, everything like that, which made this by far the biggest season out of all of them for Modern Warfare. But one thing that you may have forgot is 21 days after the launch of Warzone, they did something else. They released Modern Warfare 2 Remastered. Now, yes, it was only the campaign, but a lot of people forget that this launched the exact same month as Warzone during Season 2, which was Ghost season of Modern Warfare, and all of those things combined, a brand new campaign, the launch of Warzone, and then the Season 2 was maybe the biggest season of all time. Now for Black Ops Cold War, I chose Season 6 as their biggest season for a couple of reasons. First of all, if you look at multiplayer, it's relatively weak here, but this was like the traditional multiplayer season where you got 2 new maps, a 2v2, a 3v3 map, and maybe another map at mid-season. And then we have zombies, which of course we get the new zombies map, new perk, new wonder weapon, everything along those lines, just like we're getting this season. Then we have the seasonal event, which is the haunting event, which is always good. This is the one event they pretty much always knock out of the park. For Warzone, this is back when they actually used to change POIs on the Warzone map. So you had Stadium getting updated, Downtown getting destroyed, World War II bunkers being added in for the next game that we're going to talk about. The operators included Mason and Fuse, 2 operators that were directly involved with the story of the game. And then we of course had the Grav, Ironhide, Battle Axe, Lapa, and the Hammer and Sickle. So essentially 5 weapons coming throughout the season, and then some other changes like bundles and things along those lines. It was a bigger season for Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, but the one thing that it's missing compared to like what we got with later games like Modern Warfare 3 was maybe a multiplayer kill streak, multiplayer perk, and maybe missing a couple maps as well. But some games just didn't do multiplayer very well, as you're going to see. Now, what's interesting is when we switch over to Vanguard, you can see the focus actually switch. look at the left side of the screen. It is no longer multiplayer on the left side of the screen. It is Warzone right away. So clearly their focus has switched there. Now, season 4 of Vanguard, I think, was their biggest. They added in Fortune's Keep. There was still updates to big map, like Mercenary Vaults. They added in Storage Town. So they were still doing stuff with that, as well as new modes and features in both of those. Swapping over to Vanguard, though, we first of all had a new zombies map, the first round-based zombies map. That's why I picked this season. Only 2 multiplayer maps with USS Texas, which was a remake, and Desolation, as well as the new mode of Blueprint gun game. So pretty boring all around. As far as weapons, only 2 weapons at the launch of the season. And then of course we had our operators coming as well. Keep in mind, at this point, the operators you were getting were still mostly realistic, with the bundles starting to push in a different direction. Modern Warfare 2 is where I think they lost all focus. With having DMZ and Warzone going on at the same time, you could see all of the updates that were coming in there. With Season 4, I still think it's the biggest season. It's still nothing special. We, of course, have new gameplay features and limited time modes in Warzone, but moving over to the Modern Warfare 2 side of things, you have 2 6v6 maps, 2 battle maps, and 2 gunfight maps. They tried to do this every single season, and because of it, the focus was kind of all over the place with multiplayer. Even look at the new modes that we got there. They're both 12v12 modes, which was odd. We got 3 new weapons, one of which being a melee weapon, and then of course all of the bundles and Black Cell and everything like that. It was shortly after this, I believe, with Season 5, where bundles started to get really crazy with like Nicki Minaj and all of that kind of crap coming into the game. Also, after the travesty that was Warzone 2.0, this is where you'll start to see that El Mazrah and then later Yurzikistan would no longer get seasonal updates to big map. They would just kind of leave the map as it is. And speaking of which, let's move into the next game. So Modern Warfare 3 was the game that I think did their seasons like the best. It was actually quite insane. First of all, multiplayer wise, you had 4 maps at launch, 2 maps in season, all of which were 6v6 map. We see 4 new game modes throughout the season. We had Modern Warfare Zombies getting updated every single season as well. And yeah, probably not as good as round-based zombies, but hey, they did stay on top of it, at least somewhat. As far as Warzone goes, again, they completely got away from big map and with the focus on resurgence and the return of a map, just like this season 3, we had Rebirth Island. And of course, with that came in a bunch of new things, contracts, things along those lines. As far as weapons go, we had essentially 4, but the thing that really kept the game feeling fresh was those weekly challenges that we got with the aftermarket parts every single week. And what Modern Warfare 3 did the best was like the weekly events and everything like that, which honestly isn't even on this battle pass, but what is on the battle pass is the crazy and ridiculous bundles. So as far as the Warzone update goes, let's just start with that, because this one I think is simple. If it goes well, if it runs properly, if the anti-cheat makes it so the game is better, which they say it will, but will it? Time will tell. If the servers remain stable and all of this remains true, this is a gold standard Warzone update. Because if you actually look at those other games, aside from like literally adding the game at the beginning of the year, the things that we're used to seeing are POI updates, and that's essentially it. We're getting a lot more than that, including a really, really good event, which I think is very important. Going over to the Black Ops 6 and zombies and multiplayer side of things, this is where things get a little more debatable. So as far as maps go, having 6 total for the season is gold standard. That's S tier, but 2 of them are remastered. One of them is firing range, so that's almost like not a remastered one. It is, but like it almost not. Blaze Town is just a copy, so take that one out. So 5 maps, still good. The best I think we saw was 6 maps at launch, which is insanity, but some of those were remastered as well. So think of it as 3 maps at launch, 2 in season, which 2 of them are stakeout maps, not stakeout maps, strike maps. I think stakeout is the map that is a strike map. So I would say this is about an A tier, maybe a B plus tier as far as quality map wise. Now, are they good maps? We don't know yet. Okay. Modes. I would say that this is an A tier, but that being said, caveat, if you don't like these modes, it's not for you. So party game mode, number 1 here. I believe they said something about a party game mosh pit coming, but sharpshooter, fun mode. I wish there was like a way to make them more fun, like they had wager matches back in Black Ops 1. Demolition, one of my favorite modes of all time, so I'm happy to see that one. Joint operations is a combination of a bunch of ones. Think pentathlon with a twist that we already played during the Squid Games event. So good modes, Nothing godly there though, and nothing new, right? I would like to see new playlists. Then we have gameplay updates. This is good. I would put this at B tier. Personally, I'm not going to use any of these perks. So 2 of the perks, one coming beginning of season, one coming mid-season. One allows you to see people after you kill them. One allows you to use your dedicated melee weapon when you hit the melee button. Interesting, but I don't think usable compared to the other perks. And then Death Machine is good, but it's not great. I would much prefer like a dogs or something that did some work for me instead of just every single season adding a weapon essentially for me to use, whether it be the hand cannon, war machine, or death machine. Like give me a dog. Give me some puppies. That's what I want to see. Weapons, definitely S tier. 4 weapons at launch, plus the Grau, which is the conversion kit, the Grau conversion kit. And then 2 weapons at least in season, 1 for a special event and 1 for mid-season. And I guarantee there will be more than that. So that's like top tier gold standard. Then we have the attachments, which come from the events. Now I'm going to save the events till the end because I have to vent here. But operators, I think we go gold standard on that as well because all the operators are intertwined with the story. Rose is even a throwback in Black Cell. Normally, it's not an operator that we know and love in the Black Cell. Mace, we have backstory for, and Hudson is hugely relevant within Call of Duty. If they incorporate all of these into a story, I would say S tier, otherwise A tier. The one that I put as like a D, maybe even F, is the events. Now, we don't know 2 of the events. We don't know the Blaze of Glory, and we don't know the Call of Duty Endowment event, Got Your 6 event. We don't know those. The Warzone event, this one here, the Return to Verdansk, S tier event. Probably based off of what I'm seeing, one of the best events that I have ever seen, period. You go into the map, you search the map, you have to find a spot. Cool idea. Gets you to explore the map. Awesome. Then they have this stupid event, which is the Black Ops Tribute event, which is just XP. So they put this awesome event out there for people returning to Warzone, and then they try to get them to go back over and buy Black Ops 6, which again, they got to make their money. Okay. You'd think the way that they would do it is to put a good, exciting, fun event, maybe exploring the various different maps in that game. No, it's an XP event. I hate XP events. We don't know what the Blaze of Glory event is yet. We don't know what the Endowment event are, but I'm guessing Blaze of Glory, I'm going to say it right now. It's going to be picking up joints off of downed enemies. I'm going to call it, or leaves. I bet you it's marijuana leaves, because I bet you they just redo the event, the Shamrock event. Instead of dropping Shamrocks, it's going to be leaves. Ooh, it's going to be one of the 2. But either way, I don't like either of those types of events. I like what they do with Warzone, where you got to explore the map, find things, almost like searching for intel. And I like challenges. In other words, giving you various different ways to play the game. I would love if they did more of that with multiplayer. Imagine like going in on each individual multiplayer map, or like something like that, and having to find something on each map. And maybe you could do it in a private match, or maybe you couldn't, or maybe you had to do specific things to find intel for the story of the game. So like play Face Off and get 700 kills, and then it gives you a piece of intel. You've eliminated the head of the Lutazzi crime family. This is the note that they left you. Ooh, interesting, fun. Now, XP. Oh, I guess that means it's time to end the video. My computer's yelling at me. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Comparatively, if I'm just like straight up say it, it sounds like one of the best seasons ever. I would not. Oh, one zombies, full new zombies map, full new perk, full new ray gun. Top tier for that. I don't know how I didn't mention that. But yeah, if they pull it off, one of the best seasons ever. If it sucks, if there's bugs everywhere, it's going to be one of the biggest letdowns and probably the biggest failure, because this is like, I do really feel like this is their last chance. And like, I know that's like clickbaity and oh, it's Call of Duty's last chance. I'm going to stop talking. We're going to end this one.